Hey, you want to get smashed? Come on, let's fight right now. I'm not talking about right now, my brother. Oh, yeah, me shook. Oh my God, Costa, all those muscles have me shook. I thought I was gonna blow him like everybody else, but Costa don't care. Costa don't care. Hold me back. Hold me back. Hold me back. Before I get him, hold me back. I'm gonna go forward, but I need you to hold me back. I'm gonna go forward, but I pay you to do this. Hold me back. As I move forward, I pray for you to hold me back. Because I really don't want to get hit by the Costa. I really don't. What? 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 What did you say? What? Wow. Just wow. Khamzat, a UFC 279, try to fight everybody. And I mean everybody. Woo! Alright, I'm back again with another video. What's going on, guys? Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Welcome to the channel. If you're brand new, where I speak nothing but the honest truth. I don't sugarcoat anything. I'm not on a contract with the UFC, so I'm not held hostage like some of these guys are. I'm not gonna mention no names, but they forced to agree with, the superstars and all that stuff because, they got a big contract, so they can't say nothing negative until they get knocked out. Then they can probably let it all out. Woo! But besides that, if it's close fights, even though it's supposed to go to the right person, they're not going to get the nod. So they're going to, side with the superstar and use that same quote, "Oh, you got to beat the champ to be the champ," and all this craziness. That's a fluke system, because if you outscore the person by 1 point and you meet all the criteria, regarding like aggression and the fight and all that stuff, but they still say, "Oh, well, it was a close fight, we're going to give it to the champion," that's a robbery in itself. That is a robbery. But anyways, what we're going to talk about today, Costa versus Khamzat. Both guys missed weight by a significant amount of weight. I do feel like Costa had more of a better excuse that no one's talking about, just for the simple fact that apparently he had like a torn bicep or a bicep injury. So that's why he wasn't able to, cut the weight, which makes more sense, rather than Khamzat just was not prepared and he just messed up the whole card. What a strange coincidence, but hey, that's just what it is. But I do like that fight. And what I would say about Costa that I respect him a lot for was that Khamzat was trying to bully him and Paulo Costa was not having it. Paulo Costa was not having it. He said, "You want to fight right now?" "Oh, no, I wasn't talking about that, brother." "What? Then what are you saying?" Now, look, I know Khamzat's trying to build this character like Colby Covington, try to act tough in front of everybody and all this stuff. But that stuff is going to eventually crack, man. Like, you can't do that to everybody. Not everybody's scared of you. And Paulo Costa is not one of those dudes that's scared of you, man. Now, if that fight does happen, I want to make a prediction because it can go different ways. So, I can see Khamzat winning by, holding him down and not wasting a lot of energy, right? For 5 rounds or whatever. It's probably going to be a 3-round fight. So I can see him doing that in the last 3 rounds and just holding him down. I do not think that he's going to try to strike with Paulo Costa. There is a huge power difference. Paulo Costa can take a shot as well. Khamzat is strong, but come on, let's be real. If Gilbert Burns can take a shot from Khamzat, Paulo Costa's got cracked by Yo Romero. Tough dudes, man. Tough dudes. So I don't see him going out that way. And if he's trying to strike with Paulo Costa, he's going to get tired. He's going to get real tired. And it's not going to look good. He's going to wave his hands like he did in the Gilbert Burns fight while getting cracked. But Paulo Costa is not a person you want to take strikes from. And one thing that people don't talk about Paulo Costa, yeah, he might gas out because he buff. Oh, my God. Because he's buff, man. All that blood is going somewhere. Not in the fight, and he's tired. But his heart takes over for the lack of cardio, which means that he still puts on a high output even when he's tired. And also what I noticed, which is pretty crazy, was Paulo Costa's last fight versus Luke Rockhold, how easy he took him down. If I'm Costa, I'm cutting a little bit more weight. He doesn't need all that muscle. His power carries on. He's just one of those dudes that has a lot of power. He doesn't need all that muscle. All that muscle doesn't do nothing. Maybe strength and conditioning, like in clinch situations. But other than that, he does not need all that muscle. And he looks a lot leaner now, which means the weight cuts are getting a lot better. I think Costa has a good chance in that fight. If one, he can weather the storm, which I believe he can. 2, if he can stop some of those takedowns and tire out Khamzat to make him second guess. Maybe if he goes for a takedown, he might throw some elbows in there to really wobble Khamzat so he will not go for the takedowns. And then if it's standing, I do think he has a good chance. Really good chance. And probably be able to knock him out. Because he got dropped by Khamzat got dropped by Gilbert Burns. So he can definitely get dropped by Costa. You understand? Like, that is a real life situation that can happen. I just like Costa's character because he just does not allow the craziness to happen. Now, Khamzat keeps posting pictures on his Twitter page regarding what Israel Adesanya did to him. And the octagon pretty much treated him like a dog. That's cool and all, but you two are different them two are different fighters. So if Khamzat's talking all that trash, why don't you go fight Costa? And now this is gonna make Khamzat more mad because now Paulo Costa has trolled him. He's been on Ariel Helwani's show talking about he took his hat and all this crazy stuff. So now that puts Khamzat in a weird place where it's like, okay, if you talk that trash with all that stuff that happened at UFC 279, you need to go back out there and fight this dude. And besides, you miss 8 pounds anyway. So you might as well go to middleweight. That's your weight class. Middleweight is Khamzat's weight class. I mean, it don't help his case that no one's really talking about either that, okay, the doctor told him to, stop cutting weight and all this stuff, right? But dude, you posting pictures and videos of you going out to eat in this bougie restaurant with wine and stuff, and it's like, yeah, it makes you look really good. Now, either he's embraced the bad guy persona and doesn't care, or literally he has low IQ and don't understand how he just jeopardized his welterweight belt that he could have possibly earned if he would have just focused and made weight. Because even if he had doctor issues, You still don't post that, man. You still don't post you going out to eat, laughing like a bunch of schoolgirls. Like, who in their team is the team managing Khamzat? And that's another question. Is his team even managing this dude right? Because look, all these weird weight cuts, nobody done told him he should go to middleweight. Hey, bro, we should probably start taking you to middleweight. You should probably start fighting at middleweight because this is not looking too good. If the doctor told you you need to start cutting weight, then dude, you might want to just go to middleweight. You like food, right? You train hard, right? That's what his coach said in an interview after the whole fiasco, right? All right, go to middleweight. What's the problem? And there's less wrestlers. What's the problem? I don't understand. Why does he go into welterweight? He can't make weight. It's his first time. It's not the fact that it's his first time. It's not like he missed by a half a pound. The problem is the doctor told him to stop cutting weight. If the doctor tells you to stop cutting weight, then that doctor and your crew needs to tell you to go up to middleweight and fight in the UFC in middleweight, your division. That's what needs to happen. I mean, and then Costa, yeah, I think he should probably go to 205, but because he made weight, you know, he didn't miss weight no other times, but you know, but he had the injury, and it showed kind of like, okay, he didn't have an injury, and he actually was focused, and he did good. I guess if you do that logic, you could probably do Khamzat at welterweight again, but at the same time, it wasn't the same situation, because if you need doctors to tell you to stop cutting weight, that is the issue. An injury is different. Yeah, injury is way different, man. So, this is what I say. This is what I say, man. Make the Khamzat Costa fight. That's the next fight. And that's a perfect scenario. I got to see the rankings where Costa's at. But I think he's in the top 5. That's perfect. So if he beats Costa, he can fight Israel Adesanya. Now that fight's interesting because Israel Adesanya has one of the best, like, I say, in my opinion, the best takedown defense. Just because he, skinny, don't mean he doesn't have power or he can stop takedowns. He got all that. But Khamzat does have the wrestling advantage. So, I think that's more favorable in general. And I might sound like a casual answer, but no, dude. My whole reason why he should go to middleweight is not really because of wrestlers and all that stuff. It's because he can't make weight. He's not going to ever put himself through that again. Look, that Gilbert Burns fight took a lot out of him. Because he couldn't finish him, and he took damage, that took a lot out of him. And that probably could affect it in the future, his weight process, his weight cutting process. So what he needs to do now, just go to middleweight, fight there. They'll place you somewhere close. I mean, even DC said it too. Like, everyone's agreeing on that. It's just because, look, dude, like I said, there's so many factors of why he should go to middleweight. It wasn't just the fact that he couldn't make weight, right? It was multiple different things. He couldn't make weight. The doctors told him, hey, you can't cut no more weight, apparently. And then he's making jokes about it, not taking it serious, knowing it's a championship, it's close to a championship type fight anyway. Because after Nate Diaz, it's like, okay, Colby Covington's not doing anything, so let's just make Khamzat versus whoever's next. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, like, this has got to stop. This weight cutting stuff got to stop. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about Costa versus Khamzat and my reasoning behind that. Prediction. I can see Costa knocking him out. But I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm not a person that does good predictions because apparently what's on paper doesn't always make sense. So, I mean, probably people think Khamzat's gonna win because he has a wrestling, but Costa is a beast, dude, and I think he'll last. So I'm thinking Khamzat is going to lose. Costa gonna win by TKO or knockout. That's my prediction. Um, Battle of the Troll Kings, man. They be on Twitter going crazy on there. You know, that's hilarious though, man. That's hilarious. And the buildup would be so crazy. They're gonna have to separate again, just like that Nate Diaz fight versus Khamzat. Dude, they're gonna have to separate again because they do not like each other. But if Khamzat keeps posting pictures of Israel's like, okay, well, fight him then. Go ahead, fight him. And Costa's crazy. I love his confidence saying, I want that fight. Because a lot of people are not calling out Khamzat like that. A few are, even in welterweight. But in middleweight, you know, Costa, that's why I respect Costa because, dude, he fights the best fighters, dude. Yeah, he lost to Izzy and he lost to Marvin Vettori, right? He came back versus a world champion, though, Luke Rockhold. He beat Yo Romero, which I consider him a champion because I feel like he beat Rob Whittaker the second time. He beat Uriah Hall. You know, he beat some really good names out there. So, like, I think Johnny Hendricks, too. So, like, yeah, he's fought some crazy names. He's not scared to fight anybody. That's what I like about Costa. He's not nitpicking or whatever. Like, he's fighting the best. You know what I mean? And Khamzat is a real threat. But there's a few holes I think that he can exploit to really bring it to him and cause some issues. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe, man. Yeah.